The infamous midlife crisis. What is it known for? The sports cars, the convertibles, the younger women, the spending money with reckless abandonment. What if I told you the midlife crisis was not a bad thing? The midlife crisis needs a new branding. It's not a fucking crisis. Matter of fact, there's now even the quarter life crisis. There's all these crises and the drama that's out there. But what if it was actually a good thing? What if it was something that was telling you that something is off? An indicator, if you will. In this video, we're gonna go ahead and cover what the midlife crisis is and what it's not. And if you stick with me to the very end, I'll talk about my last midlife crisis and how I came out better on the other side. Where did the phrase the midlife crisis come from? The term midlife crisis became popular in the 1980s when a man of the name of Daniel Levingson went ahead and wrote a book that was called The Seasons of a Man's Life. And he talks about in this book the dips that happen naturally in people's lives over and over again, not just the midlife. The word crisis shocks our system, makes us fearful, if you will. But this is exactly the reason why I think the midlife crisis, or the term that's attached to this, is wrong. Because realistically, it's just an indicator that something's off in your personal life. When going through a midlife crisis, here are some questions to ask yourself. 1, what makes me unique? What makes me special in this world that other people just naturally can't give? That's unique to me. 2, what am I passionate about? What keeps me up at night? And most important, number 3, what's missing? This one is major key. Asking yourself what is missing is really what the midlife crisis is all about. It's the dip. And lastly, the question, what the fuck am I doing with my life? Most of us resist this question. We don't talk about it with anyone else. But the reality is, this is what this title should be all about. What the fuck am I doing with my life? And the indicator that comes from that. The question alone means something is wrong. Something is off. Not in a bad way, but it's not in alignment with your values. So instead of resisting this question, instead of giving a label or a meaning or a definition to midlife crisis, what the f am I doing with my life? The question, what the f am I doing with my life, is not a bad thing. It's actually something to discover and dive into. Don't resist this question. Dive into it deeper. Get to the root of it. You know what it will do? It will teach you more about yourself. It will teach you what you're running from, what you're scared of, where your passions are at, and it will actually tell you where to go. So instead of midlife crisis, midlife reevaluation. You get a chance to reevaluate, are you in alignment with your values and your dreams? Are you off? And without a judgment, you get to see yourself in the reality of the situation as is. Am I in alignment? And the word crisis, or this feeling of what the f am I doing with my life, it's an answer to you that you're not. Cool. It is what it is. Don't judge it. Don't make it out to be something bigger than what it is. By the way, this is not a time to go buy a convertible. Maybe it's time to go get a younger wife. I'm just saying, I don't know, maybe. Joking, baby, joking. But seriously, telling you that something is out of alignment. Maybe the desire to get a sports car and convertible and get a younger girlfriend because your sexual life is out of alignment. What if you just had a deep conversation with your wife? What if you talked about what's missing in the bedroom? Maybe you could save thousands of dollars not getting that convertible, and hundreds of thousands of dollars not getting that 20-year-old who just spends like f***ing crazy. Now I'm about to dive into my midlife crisis and talk about how I came out better on the other side. But before I do so, go ahead and smash that like button. It allows for other people like you who search for this video to find this video and see that it's giving value and that can actually help them through this time frame in their life that they're identifying with something that's not, and it's not a crisis. We had just started our vacation life, if you will. My wife and I just sold all of our possessions in Las Vegas, and we went ahead and started our journey, originating in Bullhead, Arizona, right off the Colorado River. This place was gorgeous. With this, I fell into massive depression. I'm about to tell you why. We had everything going right for us. Our business was crushing. We're expanding our comfort zones to no longer being controlled by possessions, but controlling them. I started my journey with this YouTube, and something epically awesome happened, yet epically crushing. And that was my military benefits came in. A year earlier, I filed for military benefits, and an awesome reward came in, 100% disability. And you would think that this was awesome. Matter of fact, we did celebrate for a brief moment.
Come here, girl. Go ahead, be gone with it. Come to the back. Go ahead, be gone with it.
And then I fell into depression. In the middle of this paradise place, if you will, I found myself in the fetal position in bed. I had to ask myself, why is this? It came to me about like a month later after I used it as an example to quit. What was out of alignment was this YouTube channel. Me wanting to give value to the people watching it, me wanting to pour belief into others. Yet I felt like this now made me unrelatable. The truth was, it was just a reason to keep me from posting myself and being vulnerable. And I dove into it completely. It wasn't until a little bit later that I realized it was just me, that this was out of alignment. And then I started shooting the videos. I posted them. I got out of my comfort zone. I realized it was just me the whole time, that I was the one that was out of alignment. Midlife crisis, yeah? Without the convertible, without the younger women, baby, without them. I realized that I was out of alignment, that I had complete control. And let me go ahead and tell you about the last one. The very last one. This is earlier today. My wife and I were talking about how this traveling lifestyle, boo-hoo us, that we didn't have a home to go back to. And we went to San Juan, Puerto Rico, and we had all these grand visions of getting a place out there, an Airbnb and Turo, and creating businesses out there. And then we realized it really wasn't for us. And then we got here in Orlando after the flight, and we're just like, what's next? We found ourselves in this little minor depression. We had a little pity party, if you will. I know, poor us, right? Traveling the world, shooting videos, making money, more money than we're capable of spending. And we are having a poor us moment. Once again, it's like out of alignment. Where are our values? And now this gets us back to my wife's passion and my passion combined as one. My wife really wants to take street dogs and turn them into service dogs. And for my passion, I just want to inspire people to live their greatest lives, to press against their boundaries on a daily basis and not settle for what's less than them. And we figured out a way that we can combine these into one. When are we going to release this? When are we going to create this? To be determined. This midlife crisis, this quarter life crisis that the next generation is coining as a thing, it's really just a dip. And it's what you do with it that gives it meaning. Does it crush you? Do you dive into drugs? Do you try and numb it? Or do you look in it and see what lessons come from it? Ultimately, it's just a dip. It can give you clarity, or you can drown it in noise. I want to hear from you. I want to hear about your midlife crisis. What did it look like? What did you learn from it? Did you come out of it better than how you stepped into it with it? Or did you just drown it? Did you drown it with TV, with alcohol, with drugs, with sex? Did you just get silent? What did you make of this? Let us know in the comments below. I want to hear your story. If you got value from this video, you already know what to do. Hit the thumbs up, smash that notification bell if you haven't already, subscribe, and you'll be notified when I drop other videos like this. Because at the end of the day, it's about your freedom, it's about my freedom, it's about our freedom together. Much love, till next time.